Hi, my name is Dave Thomas Rocker. Welcome back to my spiritual journey. This video is the second video about Forrest Gump, which I think has a very important spiritual message to it. And I'm going to get into that. And, he has all these really amazing adventures. He meets very famous people and he influences a lot of really important events. Here he is as a kid meeting Elvis, who his mom knows and invites to his house, and he influences the way he shakes his pelvis on stage. He also ends up meeting three presidents. First one he meets is JFK, who gives him a reward for his football performance. He becomes an all-star football player, and then he meets LBJ after he gets back from Vietnam. LBJ gives him the Congressional Medal of Honor. He ends up at an anti-war demonstration with Abby Hoffman. He ends up on TV on the David Frost Show, interviewing John Lennon and even influencing his song "Imagine." What else does he do? I show that one. He becomes a shrimping boat captain and eventually CEO of Bubblegum Shrimp. And finally, he goes on a big run across the country several times and gets a big group of followers, kind of influencing the whole running craze of the late 70s. So he has all these amazing adventures, but since he's mentally retarded, he's not even really aware of the full significance of any of this. This is just kind of stuff that's going on in the background as far as he's concerned. But what's really important in this movie, I think what's really more important to Forrest and pretty much everybody else actually, is his relationship with people he's close to, like his mother. His mother was very supportive of him and influences him in important ways. And even when she dies, she's still very influential to him. And of course, his girlfriend Jenny, who he loves his whole life. Jenny has a lot of problems herself and kind of brushes him off, doesn't want to get involved in a romantic relationship with him until the end of the movie when they end up getting married. But who else is close to? Bubba, his friend Bubba, who he meets when he goes to Vietnam. And unfortunately, Bubba dies in Vietnam. And here's a very touching scene where he's carrying him back from the battlefield as he's dying. And also, Lieutenant Dan, his lieutenant when he was in Vietnam. And, you know, so those are the people he's really close to, and I think those were really the relationships that really mattered the most to him. And I think there's a lot of very strong spiritual message, like when he breaks his braces. I mean, to me, that was kind of like a symbol of freedom. He learns to run, and basically his whole life involves running. Running everywhere he goes. Like he runs from his these bullies, terrible bullies in school. Here they are basically trying to kill him with their truck. He ends up running into the playing field, football field for the University of Alabama. And, but, then the other person, by the end of the movie, turns out that he got Jenny pregnant. They have a son. This is his son on the left. And he ends up passing along his knowledge. He's using his book Curious George, which he had himself as a kid, and his kid ends up going to the same school. So I think I'm going to just wrap this up by saying that even though Forrest is mentally retarded in this movie, and he has all these really amazing adventures, he still understands the things that really matter to him, and I think everybody else. I mean, I think the things that mattered the most to Forrest in this movie were the relationships he had with the people he was close to. And the other stuff that happened, yeah, he influenced all these important events, but if he hadn't done it, probably somebody else would have. And, that's just my take on Forrest Gump. I think it kind of emphasizes what really matters in life. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.